I think you get to a point, and not everybody does, but you have a breakthrough and you realize that it's time is now, and I can't worry about the past. I can't worry about yesterday. I have to move forward. And the only way I'm going to do, I'm going to have to push myself to limits probably I've never pushed myself before. And that means eating things maybe I don't like and taking things away that I wish I could still have. But I think once you make those adjustments and it becomes a way of life, then everything else becomes a little bit easier.
Yeah, 100%. Now, I want to ask you some detailed questions about how we lost 51 pounds.
Yeah.
But before we do that, you mentioned like the Dash Gordon persona, right?
Yeah.
So can you just tell us who Dash Gordon is,
Okay.
how it started, where you come from, things
Yeah,
like that,
so,
and then we can talk about like
you know,
the specifics of the weight loss.
I'm a corporate trainer by day.
When you say trainer, what do you
Like
mean?
I train, like the company that I work for, I train them on a process that they, that they use, or that each place that I train uses internally. And it's a really cool gig. But, we had a health scare in the family in 2021. And so because of that, I decided I wanted to take my wife on a big vacation. So I started DoorDashing. And my challenge with DoorDashing is being in the car business as long as I was before I started the job I have now, is people wouldn't come to the door, drop the food off at the door. And this is all right after COVID. I'm like we're already locked up enough, but I'm not interacting with anybody. I'm just dropping the food off at the door, and then I leave and I see them open the door and wave or whatever else. I said, I've got to come up with a way to make these people engage with me. So I'm just sitting in my office and I'm like, I know what I'm going to do. So I walked into my wife. She was laying in bed. I said, I need you to buy this costume. And she said, it's not even Halloween. It's like February. I'm like, I know, right? But I want you to buy this costume. She said, for what? I said, I'm going to DoorDash like this. She said, you got to be kidding me. I'm never going with you. And I said, well, no, I need you to be my ride or die, but you can lay the seat down so no one can see you. And she said, okay. So what I did was I got real strategic with it. I started a Facebook page. I wasn't Dash Gordon yet. I started a YouTube page. I got an Instagram. I built a TikTok. And then I said, all right, let me promote pictures of this costume, the Flash, and it's coming soon. Get ready. And I don't know what the city was thinking was going to happen. Well, the costume came in, and I hung it up, and I made this video with AC/DC in the background and said, all right, let's go. I put it on, man, and I got out there the first night, and it was like bedlam. Every restaurant I walked into or wherever I went to pick up food, they were freaking out. They're like, oh my God, we take pictures with you and stuff. I'm like, I'm Dash Gordon. And then look, I'm overweight, but I'm feeling like I'm Dash Gordon.
How'd you come up with the name? Because you were in a Flash costume. So how'd you come up with Dash?
Well,
Dash
DoorDash,
Gordon.
and Jeff Gordon is a fast race car driver. Dash Gordon. So I said, and my wife even put, the name Dash Gordon on, and I modified it a little bit. I mean, I should have known. The belt was, the belt's below my waist. It's not fitting me real well. I probably shouldn't be wearing this. I'm probably scaring everybody. But it was just, the city was going crazy over, and this is all after COVID. And I said, wow, I'm really onto something here. And what I love most about it is if I'd pull up to a light and somebody would be right next to me, they would look over and they'd smile and be like, what is that? And so for that moment, with all the craziness that's going on in the world, I was able to take their mind off of that, just for whether it was 30 seconds or a minute or whatever else, a good thing. Well, then I'm sitting in my office and this little thing pops up on Talk of League City. And this young lady is saying, look, I need some help. I'm a single mom raising a 2-year-old. I live in government housing. I'm struggling. So I just typed in there. Everybody's telling her, go to the Salvation Army, do this, do that. I said, Dash Gordon to the rescue. That's all I post. And so then I messaged her and I said, hey, call me back. And she ended up, I gave her my number. She called me. I said, what do you need? Just diapers, wipes. She could have taken advantage of me. I mean, I would have done anything at that point. I said, okay. I put the costume on and I went knocking on doors. And I'm like, hi, I'm Dash Gordon. They're like, you live across the street. You're Tim Glover. Why are you wearing this costume? I'm like, because I'm Dash Gordon and I'm trying to raise money for this girl. And they're like, okay. So I raised money. I put the costume on. Well, I had the costume on. I went to the store and I bought her diapers and wipes and everything she needed to get her through the next couple of weeks. Well, the city of League City got wind of it. And when they did, they said, we want to do a documentary about this guy going around the city in this costume doing, good deeds. I said, okay. So they rode around with me for a couple of days and they filmed it all. And what's really cool about it is for League City, the video that they put together won video of the year at the Savvy Awards in Washington. I was like, this is like pretty dope.
And what exactly are the Savvy Awards?
The Savvy Awards, they take all of the local communities like League City and Galveston and the whoever does the news for League City, their videographer and their photographer and stuff like that, they put videos together of different things, something about a council member or something that, they did at the Humane Society. Well, they did this video of Dash Gordon, and it got video of the year. And so
It was a big deal.
It was a really big deal for the city. And
that's why I didn't even know that was a thing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. And people go, to these Savvy Awards in Washington. Well, once that video got out there, it ends up going viral. Well, then all these organizations start reaching out to me like, can you put the costume on? Can you come make people laugh over here, make them happy over here? Domestic violence, anti-human trafficking, special needs, foster children, waste management. I mean, it was just craziest stuff ever. I was like, sure. So I'd put the costume on and I'd meet and people would smile and it was a really big deal. Well, then the news stations got wind of it. Well, once that happened, Fox and KHOU and ABC and the Michael Berry Show, Cosplay in America, the Houston Chronicle. I mean, the list goes on and on. So it's kind of growing at that point. I'm getting all of this. People are seeing me. They're waving. They want to take pictures. They're having me pull over to take pictures with me. And then I'm sitting in my office in November and I see special needs kids in a gym, dancing, eating pizza, having some kind of event, which I had no connection with. I said, what can I create that's different than this? And Natalie says, do a winter formal. I said, oh, it's 4 weeks before Christmas. I don't think I can make that happen. She said, you're Dash Gordon. You can do anything. I was like, man, now I'm feeling strong.
Yeah.
Supercharged.
So I called this local venue, Kima Gardens, and Miss Syria Rybicki, the owner, said, I'll donate it to you. I said, okay. And then all of the people that did the decorations and the food donated everything. So I created this incredible experience for a little over 200 special needs individuals and their families. It was a smash hit. One of the local banks saw it because I-45 filmed it, put it out there, and they said, hey, we want to help you get a 501c3 non-for-profit. I said, okay. They said, build a website and then we'll take care of everything else. So we did. We built a website. It was a cool website, which I thought was cool at the beginning. It was very whimsical and kind of dark. And then February 6th of 2023, the Dash Gordon Foundation was formed, and we became a non-for-profit on the 16th of February, and we've moved forward ever since. And it's so what we do now is we've simplified it. Well, we stimulate and build awareness in the special needs and disabilities community, but what we do is we give them a megaphone voice bigger than they've ever had before. It really is huge. But I showcase their talent all over the world. I want people to see that these unique individuals that were put here on this earth to teach us how to love and how to get through life and how to enjoy life and be happy, they need to be uplifted. They need to be put in the forefront, not behind us. We need to see them. They don't need to see us. And so the more they're in front of us, the better we're going to feel because we see everything that they bring to the table. And that just is fulfilling for all of us who are part of their lives now. So that's kind of what we do now.